Okay, there we go. All right, this is dinner team, so we're going to cover it kind of fast. But if you guys have questions or any thoughts or ideas, let me know and I will pause, okay? There will be a time at the end for questions, but sometimes it's a little bit easier if we just kind of do them as we roll. So let me know. All right, so what we do, dinner team is really, we're tasked with helping to make sure everybody gets fed on a weekly basis. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? I hope that's what you thought you were gonna hear when you came into this room. Um, Pretty much there's a whole bunch of different parts of dinner team. We have everything from helping to prep the food, setting stuff up. You guys know we use tables. We use that big serving table. We've got to put all the plates, the cups, all that good stuff out there. And then serving the food, you guys see us do that every week. And then also there's a part of it helping to kind of clear all that stuff out of there. Because sometimes we're going to play Jack Frost. Well, somebody's got to clear the tables and the food off of the big table so that nobody, smashes into the last of the potatoes and they go flying across the room, right? So kind of all those things just to kind of keep in mind. And it's a great opportunity to just kind of meet all the students. So one of the things, this was actually the first team before I was even leading the youth group. I was helping, and this was the first team I was involved in. And it helps so much to get to know everybody else in the youth group, because you get like 30 seconds tops to talk with everybody that comes through and have that opportunity to sort of share with them and just kind of get to know their names and all that good stuff. So I really found it super helpful for that. So here are some of the exact ways we serve. We set up the tables in the lobby prior to youth group. We help to set up the main serving table with plates, cups, utensils, napkins, food, drinks, all that good stuff. We bring out the food as it's ready, set it up on the table. We help serve both food and drinks. Then we help to take stuff back to the kitchen. And then afterwards, sometimes you may have the opportunity to help wipe down collapsed tables, vacuum the floor. But typically, those are going to be done by adults just because to allow you guys to continue to participate in youth group. Okay. So the time commitment. This is actually probably one of our smallest time commitment teams that you could be a part of. So if you're serving on a particular Sunday night and you are helping to set up and you're not involved in a play, we would ask that you be there about 6:40. So that gives you plenty of time to help us set up tables, set up the main table, all that good stuff. And it's not super early. It's really only about 20 minutes early. And then if you do help clean up after the dinner, you might miss up to 10 minutes or so of the game. I think that's probably pretty high on the time. At most, we would have you guys help us just bring all the stuff from the table back into the kitchen, which would probably take 2 or 3 trips, 3 minutes tops. And you're missing the, guys, quiet down. You're missing that part of the game, and that's about it. You'll receive all the training that you'll need as you serve on the job kind of thing. So, it's one of those things where we toss you on there and we say, hey, you're serving the corn. Nope, don't give them 3 heaping scoops because then we're going to run out. Just give them 1, and you'll get all of that on the job kind of as we go. No, the junior hires don't need an entire cup filled to the brim with Pepsi. We're going to do 3/4, and that is totally fine because as you can see, they're already going crazy. We, as a dinner team, we're not going to have any meetings of any type. It's pretty much, like I said, it's jump in and serve. You'll get all the training. The only thing that we kind of are going to be doing as a dinner team is I'll be in contact with you guys because the big part is going to be scheduling. I want to make sure that we have enough people on the days that are bigger meals, and then I have less people on our not as big meals. So give you an example. For instance, if we're doing pizza one night, I need less people because it's pizza and chips, right? So I don't need somebody to stand there and hand out the chips. I need one person with the pizza, one person with pop. Well, if we do like chicken and potatoes and mac and cheese or green beans or something like that, now suddenly I need 3 or 4 people to kind of help me to get all of that pulled together, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. And I'm going to try to do it so that you guys know a month out when you would be serving, okay? Kind of fair for both parties, I think. So you guys know well in advance of when you're serving, and then I know well in advance if you can't do something, and so I'm able to cover it, okay? So we'll go into that a little bit more here on the next slide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact everyone interested in serving on the dinner team about 2 weeks before the end of the month. So let's say we're planning for the month of July, okay? So I would contact you no later, sometime in the last 2 weeks of May, to kind of get an idea of your availability for July. It's a little bit farther out, but it does help because I know a lot of times in summer you might have vacation. You might already know you're not going to be there for a couple weeks. So that'll be your opportunity to tell me if you have any dates where you can't serve or dates where you do want to serve. And then I will give you the new schedule for the next month, a month out. So like on the first Sunday in June, I would give you the schedule for July. So you would know well in advance, okay? I think that's fair to you guys as well, because there's nothing worse than not knowing until like a week before. I want to make sure you guys have plenty of opportunity to serve without having anything come up. And then if conflicts arise, all I'm asking is that you give me 24 hours notice if possible. And at the very latest, if you could tell me by about 12 o'clock on Sunday, if something comes up that you can't be there, then I can make other arrangements. We have plenty of adults that can step in. It's not the worst thing in the world, but the last thing I kind of want is like, well, Goob was supposed to be here, but he didn't show up, so I don't know. And then it's just kind of crazy. But you know, let's say someone gets sick, is in the hospital, or you found out you had a big paper that you're not going to be able to come to youth group. Just text me and let me know as soon as you know, so that I can kind of make other arrangements. And then the final thing, I'm going to be using probably Remind Text to organize the team. If you don't have a phone and a phone number, I'll make other arrangements with you. But Remind Text is just nice because I can just send one text out to everybody, and I don't have to sit there and individually go through it, okay? And that's kind of it. You guys got any questions for me?